our coaches. David Thornton's our offensive coordinator. Jason Underwood's our offensive line coach. Jonathan Webster, the defensive secondary coach. And we'll thank Michael Linnell for sports information now.
We have 25 sophomores back from last year that played a lot, so that's the starting point of what I'm looking forward to. We've got a strong leadership from that sophomore group, and yeah, we've had the best all season and best spring since I've been here, and a lot of that's because we got more players back that's been in the program, and 6 of those were redshirted at one time, so they could actually be juniors in college, which gives us more experience, and they're definitely a lot more adept at doing what we're asking them to do because, you know, they've been in the program longer, and the longer you're in the program, the better they usually are. And but that's really what I'm looking forward to, and we've got several starters back, and we've got some game experience, and they've had a great attitude and great work ethic, and that's the thing I'm most excited about going into this season. Yeah, I believe everybody's excited about the season to get started, and we go to homes Thursday night, our first ball game, and then we come home with Northeast next Thursday night, and then Pearl River comes to town the week after that. And I feel like there's a lot of excitement about it, and you know, I feel like everybody's ready for the first game. We had to recruit a quarterback because we didn't have a quarterback back from last year, and we signed Ventavious Cooper out of Clinton County, Georgia, and him and Mardavian Martin, who actually played corner last year, will be rotating at quarterback to start the season. And we had to sign a couple of offensive linemen because we only had 4 offensive linemen back from last year, and those 4 played a good bit, but you know, we had to sign 6 offensive linemen. We had to sign some backup defensive linemen because we have 4 back from last year, but the rest of them are new. So those are the areas that we basically had to recruit the hardest because we had a lot of receivers back from last year. We had a lot of DBs back from last year. We've got 4 linebackers back from last year that played a lot or started. So that's the area that we had to recruit the hardest. Well, I feel like we've got good speed at quarterback and running back and in our receiver core. Offensive line wise, we probably got more 300-pounders than we ever had, and it's led by Jewel Christian from South Pike, who's had 4 or 5 Division I offers already, and he's 6'2", 335 pounds. And he was a state champion powerlifter. And we've got Zach Kellum back at center, who played some last year. That's 6'1", 300 plus pounds. And then we got Monterio Taylor at tackle, who started a lot last year, and he's about 6'1", 275 or so. So that's kind of our starting point on the offensive line. We've got a little bit better size on the defensive line than we've had. We have Jermaine Turner back at defensive end, and he's 6'2", 260. Marty Stathem's back at defensive end. He's 6'1", 230. And then Muniel Michael is our nose. And but we've got a bit more size in areas. We've got in our corner, we've got J.D. Rattler back, and he's one of the fastest players on the team, and he was an All-American last year and led the nation with 10 interceptions. We have Josh Manning from LaGrange, Georgia, who has got good speed at the other corner. Darius Buck's back at free safety, and he's he's actually the fastest player on the team. And we have Desmond Ivory back at receiver. He was hurt all last year and didn't get to play, and he was a Troy signee out of high school, so that ought to give us a boost on the offense. We have Alfred Franklin from Kentwood, who's a tall, rangy guy that can run, that had signed with Southern out of high school. And so those are probably our starting points of our defense. We have Kendrick Causey back, who can run with most DBs. He's back at Sam linebacker. Cornelius Lee's back at Mike. He played a lot, was 4th leading tackler last year. Avery Harper and Calvin Lewis at the other linebacker. And then we have Deion Howard from Tylertown, a freshman that's starting at Rover. So that gives us, most of those guys that I named are all sophomores except for a couple. And so that gives us experience going into the first game, which is a plus. And then rounding out the offense, we have Donovan Bell at receiver, who started last year and led the team in receptions. We have Travis King back, who was our 2nd leading receiver last year. And Mardavy and Martin, who I already mentioned at quarterback, have split some time at receiver. And then we've got Marty Tenner and Trey Baptiste back in the backfield. Both of them are sophomores, and gives us a pretty good threat running the ball. So when you turn them lights on and put a different color jersey on the other field and put people in the stands, you just don't know how they're going to respond. So you count on the leadership to be able to get them through it.